What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae, across the skies of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. And happy Friday to all you guys, gals, days, thems, and whatever you identify as. Hope you are having a lovely day. Hope you are having a fantastic day. And honestly, you get to start your weekend early. Hopefully, you got the day off. Or, again, if you're out of school, enjoy your summer, man. You don't know how many summers you got left, but enjoy every single one of them. But, guys, we're going to get into today's docket. It's a little tidbits, some things that I've seen here and there and whatnot. But first thing I do want to talk about is apparently CBS Sports has just dropped their top 100 most important players heading into the 2025 season. This list was put out by their own Zachary Perellis, and apparently he put out this list last year. I did not see it last year. Honestly, I probably should have. But you know what? That's neither here nor there, and it's okay. But the way the list was broken down is you have top 100 most important players who they deem as important staples heading into the season for a team's success. And they actually broke it up by division. So it's just not like straight 1 through 100. It's honestly like, hey, this is the NFC South, and these are the players in the NFC South from each team that we feel are important, so on and so forth. So with that, obviously they went to the NFC South, and for the other teams that they had in the NFC South, for Tampa Bay, they said it's Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, and offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs. For the Atlanta Falcons, they said it is Michael Penix Jr., James Pierce Jr., and Jalen Walker. And then for the New Orleans Saints, it is Tyler Show and Kelvin Banks. Now, with all that being said, obviously you're going to ask the question, who'd they pick for us? Who were the most important players for the Carolina Panthers? Well, these are their nominees. Number one, and honestly, this one should be no surprise, Bryce Young. And here's what Zach had to say. He said, was Bryce Young's strong finish to 2024 an aberration or a sign of things to come? The number one overall pick in 2023 has had quite the roller coaster ride through 2 seasons, but over the final 3 weeks, he accounted for 10 touchdowns and didn't have a single turnover. So, obviously, Bryce was going to be on that list. I'm not surprised there. Number 2, kind of shocking, I'm not going to lie here, was Teteroa McMillan. Said Young has a new top target in rookie Teteroa McMillan. The number 8 overall pick had 2,721 receiving yards and 18 touchdowns in his final 2 years at Arizona. And at 6'5", 212 pounds, he's a smooth operator with the build and the skills to be a bona fide number 1. And then at number 3, our most important player, he listed as J.C. Horn. He says the Panthers have overhauled their defense in hopes of improving what was the NFL's worst groups. But it's holdover J.C. Horn, who may hold the keys after signing a 4-year, $100 million extension over the offseason, even though he's never played a full season. He's coming off his first Pro Bowl berth. So, obviously you're going to have thoughts and questions about that going into the definition of most important. Now, to me, when I'm looking at this and I see that listing, I'm thinking to myself, okay, most important in my mind means if these individuals don't do great, we are in like trouble. We are in SOL territory. And so I get it. Like, we need Bryce Young makes sense. And I can see the argument for J.C. Horn. Honestly, I do. But I'm going to shift it up a little. I'm going to change it up a bit. And here's why. My picks would be, truthfully, Bryce Young, Rico Dowdle, and then I would actually give us an additional one because I'm just going to take one away from the Saints, honestly, if I'm being truthful. And I'm going to give us an extra person and say Princely Umealien and Nick Scorton. And the reason why I'm picking those guys as the most important players, one, Bryce Young is Bryce Young. We all know how this offense goes is based off Bryce. If he's playing bad, we're bad. If he's playing great, we're good. Like, it doesn't need to be said he's QB1 for a reason. I feel like none of us need to argue there. Rico. I'm changing out Tet for Rico, and here's the reason. I feel as though our receiving core is going to do success by group effort. Like, we don't necessarily have a true number 1 right now, but we have so many great weapons throughout the receiving core that is going to be basically we're going to win as a team. This week it could be Thielen. Next week it could be Leggett. Next week it could be McMillan. Then it could be Coker. Then Renfro and Horn Jr. could come in out the works. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that's success by committee. There it is. That's exactly how I feel our receiving core is going to act this year. And we're not going to have like a true number one that has like 17,000 receiving yards. Or not 17,000. 1,700 receiving yards, 1,800 receiving yards. 17,000 in a season would be wild. Like, how would that happen? 17,000 receiving yards in one season. What happened that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But I feel as though success by committee is the way the receiving core is going to go. But Rico Dowdle, success will be really important to us because, one, if he's successful, that means Chuba's successful. And that means the running game is successful, which means the passing game in terms of play action and whatnot will be successful because now you'll have two running backs you have to account for who both can give you 1,000 yards. And when your focus is both on those running backs, that opens up the back end for all of our receivers, as well as our tight ends in the short zone and things like that. So in the middle to the flats, things of that nature. So I think Rico is the other offensive weapon that is going to be really important here because I know what Chuba's going to give me. I know how the receiving core is going to look. If Rico is successful, that helps out a lot, and it gives Bryce Young more confidence and trust in his team behind him. And lastly, I'm not worried about J.C. Horn. That's why I don't have him here. I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, J.C. is make or break for us. I get that. But even without J.C., not all of, but even without J.C. a little bit last year, the better part of our defense was our secondary. The worst part of our defense was our pass rush. And if they can give Atlanta, both Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker, if they can note them as the most important players, just noting Atlanta's pass rush, I honestly feel that Scorton and Umemi are most important on the defensive end because we picked them to establish edge rushing and to help shut down the run game. We picked them for a reason to build this. Honestly, I would have said the whole front seven, if I'm being truthful. If we're talking about most important, if I could pick the whole front seven because our run stop game was atrocious last year, that's who I'm picking. But I'm going to pick the edge rushers that we took highly, especially since these are the first edge rushing picks we've had since we took Burns, and we're kind of trying to replace him. So, yeah, I'm picking Umemi and Scorton. Those are my top four players to watch. Y'all let me know who y'all got going in. Secondly, guys, is there going to be some truth to this rumor mill that's been going around? So the reason why I'm asking this question is because I have been seeing a lot more news circulating about Carolina trading for Jalen Ramsey. I've seen it a lot more. Bleacher Report, CBS, flipping ESPN. It's been getting a lot more headlines, and the consensus keeps coming that Carolina is one of the landing spots. Now, obviously, it's rumor mill. You take it with a grain of salt because every day the rumor changes. Every day something new pops up. But the reason why I'm asking is because there is something in the works. And assistant coach Darren Bates spoke about it on his podcast, The Raw Room. So I want to show y'all this real quick. So Coach Bates said, we got some good players in that room, in that building. I'm looking forward to it. I actually can't say that. It wasn't anything to get caught up, but I was about to say some information that probably shouldn't be said and is not known right now. But yeah, shout out to them boys. So yeah. That's what he had to say. And I looked at that clip, and I'm just like, nah. Coach Bates he knows something. Literally saying, oh, I have some information, but it ain't known right now. We can't say nothing about it. Like, that lets me know there's something in the works. There is a trade working somewhere that nobody is talking about, that nobody is discussing, or Dan Morgan and them boys. And I cut it off right before he starts cussing. There's only 4 more seconds, but he low-key cuts a little bit there. And I don't know. Y'all might have kids watching. That's the only reason why. I don't know how y'all feel. X, Y, and Z, everybody's parenting is different. So I'm not trying to get myself in trouble because now the kiddos know a new word and go to school and say it. You know what I mean? But back to Darren. There's something there. There's something happening, guys. So as much as we like to say, put a grain of salt and don't really trust the rumor mills, I'm kind of thinking you might want to start looking around because something's about to happen this summer. And it probably will not happen until after June 1st when teams can like save money on trading players and things like that. So yeah, I think something gonna happen in about a month. I think something gonna happen in a month. And then lastly, guys, I kind of want to expose myself, not in that way, about this next one, just something funny, something to do. And we're going to talk about some of the worst takes I've had about the Carolina Panthers since I've been a fan since a child. I think we've all had some bad takes when it comes to what we think the Carolina Panthers should do, and they've turned out to be just like awful ideas. And I'm not perfect. I know I've made some bad takes in my day, and I'm here to share them with you because you know what? I'm just that vulnerable, and it's a Friday. Give y'all some fun content. So, some of the bad takes I have said about the Carolina Panthers. All right, here we go. Don't kill me. I promise you. Number one, I didn't originally want Cam Newton. No, I really didn't, honestly. And that honestly stems more from him playing in college. And I was just like, he's too damn good, honestly. Like, he was just really good and things of that nature, but I didn't feel like he would fit. I didn't originally want Cam Newton. Obviously, hold up. Obviously, I came back to my senses, and I as y'all see, I changed my mind on that. So, but yeah, I originally didn't want Cam Newton. That's just me. Now, granted, that quarterback class was not great. I re-looked at it again. And I'm not going to say, like, Andy Dalton and Colin Kaepernick were taken in the second round, but I'll be honest with you, I wasn't looking at them like that. So, in my mind, I wanted us to trade the number 1 overall pick for, like, a star quarterback if we were going to do it. I didn't want Cam Newton, so I was like, yo, just trade it for a number 1, like, trade it for a star quarterback already proven in the league. That was my thought process. All right, going back to this. Number 2, I felt like D'Angelo Williams was a better running back than LaDainian Tomlinson. I was 7 when I said, no, I wasn't. I was 10, 11. I was about 10, 11 years old when I said this to somebody, and oh my God. Like, no, actually, no. No, I was actually older than that. I was 13? Yeah, I think it was 13. I was actually like 13, 14. So, I don't know what I was. I don't know what I was on that day. I don't know. I love D'Angelo, but better than LT was crazy. I did feel like Carolina should have drafted Calvin Ridley over DJ Moore. That was a personal take I had. He was an Alabama product coming out. I felt like you couldn't miss with Alabama receivers at that time, especially with the likes of like Julio Jones and things of that nature. So, in my mind, I thought we should have got Calvin Ridley over DJ Moore. Hey, it happens. Then oh my goodness. Bro, when I tell y'all, I hated Mike Shula's play calling numerous times, bro. Like, there were so many times where I was like, Mike, what are we doing? Mike Shula, what are we doing? Norv Turner was bad, too. Norv Turner, I think I hated more because Mike Shula, his play calls would work more often. I didn't necessarily agree with him, but in the end, he got us, his play calling helped get us to a Super Bowl, so obviously I can't be mad at it. But Norv Turner, bad. But like Mike Shula's, I say it's a bad take considering how successful we ended up being with Mike Shula. That's why I say that's a bad take for me. And then lastly, bro, I was 100% on the we need to pay Josh Norman after 2015. I was 100% on that bandwagon. I said we need to pay Josh Norman. I was full send for it. Now, if his career had went the same way that it ended up going after we paid him, oh yeah, we would have looked stupid. We would have looked stupid. So, Carolina knew something I didn't know. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not mad at it. But guys, we go here. But lastly, guys, I do want to say, I'm going to end it on this. Want to give a special happy birthday shout out to Gator Nation 79. I know he put it in the comment section on, not the last video, but like 2 videos ago, saying his birthday was today, May 30th. Gator Nation, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a wonderful birthday. Hope you're able to celebrate, have peace time. And like I say, guys, if you want, Send in your birthdays. Put them in the comments below. I will make sure to highlight y'all for the birthday shoutouts because everybody deserves to have their birthday celebrated, or if you don't want to, that's up to you. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are about everything that was said on today. Who do you think are who do you think are the most important players for the Carolina Panthers? 2, do you believe in the rumor of Jalen Ramsey coming to Carolina, or do you think it's somebody else that Coach Bates is talking about or something else he's talking about? And 3, what are some of the worst hot takes you've had as a Carolina Panthers fan that you said, honestly, that you should have said about Carolina? Let me know. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that comment. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you can always get notified when these videos are being uploaded. And comment below everything that we just talked about, because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace. Much love to all you Panther Nation. Take care. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.